Your name, your address, and your phone number are floating around the internet. Easy for strangers, scammers, and companies you've never heard of to find. Data brokers and shady databases collect and sell your private details to anyone willing to pay, putting you at risk of nonstop spam, scams, and fraud. You can't stop them from collecting data, but you can control who gets to keep it. That's why I use Incogni. They remove your private information from more than 420 of these sites automatically. And with their unlimited plan, you get total coverage. If you spot your personal details anywhere else online, just send them the link, and their privacy experts will get it taken down. It's the easiest, most complete way to protect yourself and personal life. Right now, you can lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal at privacykim.com. Go to privacykim.com right now and start protecting your privacy. This is so important. Privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com.
Welcome to the Kim Komando Show podcast for the weekend of February 8th, 2025. Here's hour one.
All right, let me ask you a question. You have to put on your thinking cap for this. What's the most eaten cheese in the world? What is the most eaten cheese in the world? Is it Swiss? Is it American? Is it feta? Well, the reason why I bring this up is that Google ran an ad meant to show off their Gemini AI skills. Oh, it's so good. Well, in this ad, a Wisconsin cheesemaker claimed that Gouda makes up 50 to 60% of the world's cheese consumption. Guess what? That was Google Gemini hallucinating. Yeah, just a little reminder. This hallucinate, it's just a little reminder that when the AI companies say hallucinate, it just means that it just makes crap up. But let's just say that Gemini wasn't so Gouda. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You just tapped into America's largest, best, award-winning show about all things digital. I am, of course, America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you. So glad that you're joining us to get tech ahead, because otherwise you will be left tech behind in the digital dust. And you can find the Kim Komando Show on over 420 top stations across the United States. And, of course, I'm streaming in your favorite radio app. And you can also get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. So wherever you get your podcasts, just search for Komando with a K. And a big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio. I love this, reaching over 375,000 U.S. service members. And of course, the Komando hotline is open right now. And I know you have, at least a few things about something digital that you need an answer to. And that's 1-888-825-5254. And let me tell you, if you are just too shy to come on a big time show and podcast, I get that. I really do. But I still want to help you out. So head over to komando.com, and in the top right hand corner, there's a link that says Ask Kim. I read every single note that you send me through there. All right. So what is the most eaten cheese in the world? Are you ready for it? It's mozzarella. Yes, of course, because of pizza. Let me tell you, this is just going to be such a great show. Oh, yeah, I know. They're going to get better. I promise. Well, maybe not. I'd like to thank a few sponsors for helping to make this show possible. DraftKings Sportsbook. Stay tuned to hear all that DraftKings has to offer. DraftKings, the crown is yours. And I'd also like to thank NetSuite, because over 41,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle. It's the #1 cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all into one fluid platform. NetSuite has added a range of new AI features to its product, and these updates are designed to help companies operate more efficiently. For example, the software can now automatically detect unusual activity in a company's financial data, allowing issues to be addressed quickly before they just become bigger problems. It helps give you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time insights and forecasting, you're just peering into the future with actionable data. And when you're closing the books in days, not weeks, you're spending less time looking backward and more time at what's next. NetSuite helps you respond to immediate challenges and seize your biggest opportunities. Now you can download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning for free right now at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim. Here's a secret. You don't need to be a CFO to get that guide, by the way. netsuite.com/Kim. Every single day of my life, weekends, weekdays, holidays, you name it, I dive into at least 40 different sources to make sure that, well, you know what's going on in the tech world. And here are the top 5 things that you need to know about right now. And of course, we all know about the chatbots. We're going to start with those. ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Anthropic. You know, our AI chatbots are here in the United States. They're pretty good. Well, what happened, of course, you know, is DeepSeek. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is that the moment, yes, the precise second that you log into DeepSeek, all of your info goes straight to China. Talking about your search history, your location, your IP address, your phone, operating system, unique device identifiers. If you use voice search, facial recognition, that's all going right to China. Your personal details. They can track your email, your phone number, your social media accounts. Yes, all of this is going right into China. So you're probably sitting there going like, well, what would they do with all that data, Kim Komando? Well, of course, they're going to use it to train their AI, maybe predict and manipulate what's going on inside not only DeepSeek, but maybe some accounts that they're taking over on social media. They maybe will target Americans with disinformation. So the bottom line here is that if you want to use a chatbot, use one here in the United States. Do not use DeepSeek. All right, moving on to number 2. It's a new word, relatively new word that you need to know about. It's called Nudify. Nudify. Now, what do you think Nudify really means? Well, you see, there are these apps out there that you can just load a picture in, and then using AI, it will, I don't know, I guess pretend or figure out what that person looks like naked. And then, of course, they all go out on the internet. Now, Hollywood celebrities have had to contend with this for years, but the photos were just obviously fake. Well, these Nudify apps can take photos, and within minutes, you have a realistic nude photo of anyone. So women and girls may be scoring a big victory getting men out of sports, but there's really no defense for this. Moving on to number 3. I know it's not a happy topic, but it's something we need to talk about. Taxes. Yes, taxes. I sat down with Maddie. She's my amazing executive producer here at the show, and she was telling me about her boyfriend. He's got an eBay side hustle. He's flipping comic books and bikes and other stuff. He made like 20 grand. And this past week, he got an email from eBay saying, you have to pay your taxes. Yeah, the government has been threatening to do this for years, but this is the first time they actually got their act together. So if you got paid through Cash App or Venmo, made money on Etsy or Upwork, sold anything on OfferUp, guess what? You're getting a 1099 form. Yes. So if you made over $5 grand last year, you can expect that 1099. Next year, the threshold drops to 2,500. Now, what about personal stuff like your bike, your car? Maybe some collectibles. If you sold them for less than you paid, you don't owe taxes. But the IRS says you still need to tell them everything that you did. Yes. Thank you, IRS. Moving on to number 4. This is really important news for anybody who has a disease, or maybe you're running a business and you want to do a whole competitive analysis. Because OpenAI just released something called Deep Research. This is phenomenal. This is crazy. Deep Research will do a report for you in about 30 minutes. I'm talking about hundreds of pages. It'll go out and read every medical study that's available on the internet. Now, you do have to pay for it. It's $20 a month. Like, what's the big deal with that? But remember, AI does make stuff up, like we were talking about with the cheese. So always make sure that you do some more background work before you make any major decisions. And finally, this coming in at number 5. In my quest to make sure that you are always ahead of the times, there are some certain phrases that I want you to lose from your lexicon. Like, for example, I don't want you to tell anybody anymore that you are a self-starter. Okay, that's old. Do not tell anybody that you are a disruptor. That's also old too. Influencer, on the way out. Because here's the new term that you want to say when you're interviewing for a job or you're meeting somebody for the first time. And instead of saying you're a self-starter, you say, I am high agency. Yes, high agency. High agency is the latest must-have label for resumes, networking events, and that fake TED Talk that you give yourself. Phrase has jumped 500% all across X, Reddit, and every LinkedIn post. So who is high agency? Jeff Bezos. He left a high-paying job on Wall Street. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, for example. They say that she's high agency because she didn't know anything about developing anything, and then she became a billionaire. The Wright brothers, they built the first airplane with no training. So I, of course, went to ChatGPT and I said, is Kim Komando high agency? And it came back and it said, absolutely yes. And it gave me all these great things like pioneered tech radio, built a multi-million-dollar business, constantly adapts, empowers others, helps everybody. And I read all that, and I'll tell you, I sat back and I was like, I'm glad that it all worked out, but I had no idea what I was doing when I started out. I was like, oh, I guess this would work out. I'm not really sure. Hey, listen, that glow when you see on people who just seem to radiate health? It's not just great lighting. It's what's happening inside their body. And one of the best kept secrets to looking and feeling amazing is collagen. You see, as we get older, our body slows down collagen production, leading to wrinkles, thinning hair, achy joints, and brittle nails. But here's the good news. You can fight back naturally. With high-quality collagen from Native Path, you're giving your body the essential building blocks to support smoother skin and stronger nails, shinier hair, even healthier joints. Now, some studies suggest collagen supplements may support bone health, too. So right now, as a Kim Komando listener, you get 45% off with free shipping, and you get a free gift bundle. You really need to check this out. Go to getnativepath.com/Kim. That's getnativepath.com/Kim. I've been getting so many notes from folks about how they are loving Native Path collagen. Like, for example, I wish I could remember your name, and I'm sorry that I can't, but that you used to have knee pain, and then since you've been taking Native Path, your knee pain is gone. Amazing. Go to getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
All right, coming up, we're going to be talking about how you can get 2 years of free credit monitoring, 5 things that the NSA say that you need to do with your phone right now. We have an insider secret to know if you're actually buying a returned product on Amazon. And let me tell you, I've got something else that's really big. I mean, oh my gosh, this is huge. And of course, we have the best callers ever, and you have me, Kim Komando. Coming up in just a few minutes, how you can watch the big game for free. And just a reminder that I am giving away an iPhone 16 Pro right now, a $999 value. You can enter to win right now, no purchase required. Go to winfromkim.com. Now, I am going to say a name that I think that some of you may be familiar with. And you might be wondering, like, what happened to that guy? I mean, where did he go? I'm talking about, yes, my cohort, Andrew Babinski. We put the band together. Andrew, yes.
What did happen to that guy?
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
Where? And yes, where did you go?
Kim Komando, long time no see.
I know, but we've been doing the podcast together for about a year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I see you every single week.
I know. It's like a couple times a week, but that's all right. So, glad to have you with us. Thank you so much.
It's so great to be back.
And for those of you who don't know Andrew, Andrew co-hosts the morning show in Phoenix, Arizona.
Correct.
On KEZ 99.9. Does a fabulous job.
Thank you.
And Andrew started out at the Kim Komando show as a call screener.
What was that, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. All I remember is before I started here, we were out at a friend's dinner. And you were sitting next to me, and your husband was sitting next to you, and your husband taps you on the shoulder, and he was like, "Hey, ask him." And you said, "Okay." And you had, I don't know, 300 or 400 drinks.
Nice.
And
okay, I am not a lush, I swear.
And you turned to me and you said, "Hey, I need a call screener. Do you want to work for me?" And I said, "Sure." And that was it. No details, no location, where to go. That was it.
You need to work for us. You would love that.
Yes. And then I was here for a good almost 15 years.
Yeah.
Then we took a break.
Yeah.
And I started co-hosting mornings here in Phoenix on KEZ 99.9, an iHeart radio station. Get the plug in there. And then came back for the podcast, and now I'm back on the radio show.
And I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
Now, what is the biggest tech thing that frustrates you?
Signing up for things. I'm trying to make this AI song, and I'm also cheap. So when you combine those things, that means that I have to make a lot of fake email addresses so I can log in and get the free credits that they give you to build the songs.
So what's the songs are about?
It's for the show. I'm working on some production for this show.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you need me to sing?
Nope, that's why we have AI. Thank goodness. That's why we have AI. But it's when you sign up for something and the password now has to be 12 characters long. It has to have a picture of your firstborn. It has to have all of the digits from pi in it.
A gang sign.
And they don't show it to you. They blot it out so you don't know what you've entered. That is the most frustrating thing. I would love a retinal scan or a face scan. I'll put
that would
a
not
chip
work.
in my wrist.
Because
I don't care.
No, because then you'd have to pay for everything.
Oh, I don't want to pay for stuff.
See, I told you, you're just cheap.
I'm very cheap.
You are. All right, how about we take some phone calls?
Let's do it.
Okay. Mark in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hi there, Mark.
It's good to talk to you. I thank you so much for taking my call.
You betcha. What's going on?
Well, I've got questions about sharing videos. I've got hundreds, maybe thousands of videos and music that I want to share with friends and family. So I went online and I searched the internet to find out what would be the best one to use. I found out there's quite a few of them out there. A lot of them are foreign ones. There were some that were better for one thing and some better for other.
Well, what exactly do you want to do with these videos? Are these like videos, private family videos? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I want. Okay. It would be what you would call a private channel. It would be private that only people that I choose can view them.
Are you naked in these videos?
No, they're all appropriate.
Okay, just wondering.
Dang it!
Sorry to let you down there, but
oh god, I thought we were gonna have like this great steamy call here.
This could have turned into a scandal quite quickly.
Yes, it could have.
Yeah.
It could have.
Well, I do have some regular 8 film of some kids in the bathtub.
Okay,
so,
well, we definitely want to. You know what? It sounds innocent, but it's not innocent anymore because with all
I know that's the problem.
The AI and stuff. Probably the easiest way is I would just do a private YouTube channel because then you can just upload all your videos that you want. It's free of charge, right? And then you can have it unlisted. There's no size limits. Some people are like, oh, well, then Google's going to be tracking everything that I do. Well, yeah, they do that. Okay, so it's there is that.
So, with Google, is there the rights of the content? Do they assume the rights then of anything you put up there?
No, not at all. Not at all. And so once you upload all your videos into a private YouTube channel, then you just give that link out, and it doesn't appear in a regular Google search either. I mean, these private YouTube channels are actually really fabulous. Have you ever set one up, Andrew?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, yes.
It's private?
I had it private for a while. Now I've made it public.
Why'd you make it public?
Because I was going to start posting. Well, I had a plan to start posting, like real things on it, and then I didn't do it.
Okay, that's like 99% of all YouTube channels.
Exactly. I've got a great idea. I'm going to be YouTube famous. I don't want to work.
And then I'm going to make money as an influencer.
Absolutely. No, high agency. Influencers on the way out.
Oh, that's true. That's true. High agency. So the next time you go on a date, someone can say, so you can just say, are you high agency?
Because I am.
I am. And then
Absolutely.
If she looks at you and she says, really? What is that? Then she may not be the one for you.
Absolutely. She is tech behind.
She is tech behind. Hey, listen, are you tired of dealing with annoying passwords? NordPass ends the madness for good. You can forget juggling dozens or even hundreds of passwords. NordPass remembers and auto-fills them for you. Get this, it's only $1.24 per month. I mean, seriously, your sanity is worth that. Go to nordpass.com/Kim to get my exclusive deal for Kim Commando listeners. Only $1.24 per month. I mean, let me tell you, you are going to love that. So let's say you want to watch the big game, okay? Good news is that you can create a Tubi account. You can download the app, visit their website, and then you get the full game, pre-game coverage, the halftime show, no subscription required. Now, you could also go old school and get a TV antenna, and you're not going to have any buffering. And Andrew, do we have some more big game tips coming up?
We do. We have a bunch of stories from New Orleans and the big game. Don't say that other word.
I know, you can't say
We'll get in trouble.
No, you're not allowed to say it, that thing. You can just say big game.
AI is all over the big game.
That's it. All right, coming up, the insider secret to knowing you got a return product on Amazon here on the Kim Commando Show.
If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise. home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim.
All right, so before we go back to the phone calls, let's talk a little bit about the big game.
Yeah, artificial intelligence is going to be all over New Orleans for the big game this weekend. And one thing that I found that really interesting that they're doing is that security agencies are getting on the dark web. They are finding all live streaming cameras, hacked and unhacked.
Okay.
They are attaching artificial intelligence to it and then using the images and the AI to inform police on what's going on in and around the stadium. So if a group of people start to gather, that could be a possible negative and a commotion, and it's sending an alert. If it sees a fight break out, it'll know exactly. The artificial intelligence will know and tell police exactly where to go and how to respond.
Now, they're also doing something new with drones. Is that if you fly your drone over the stadium?
Well, it's a no-fly zone.
But if you do, okay, if you do, and you're that dope who does that,
right,
is that they automatically, through AI, will know who owns that drone.
Good.
And then go find that person through AI because they're going to be able to triangulate it. This is just the surveillance that they're telling us about.
Correct. It's so interesting, though, that they're using the dark web to monitor us when the dark web is supposed to be the exact opposite.
Okay, I went on the dark web this past week.
You did?
Yes.
What did you buy?
Well, I'm writing a story for the Daily Mail. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a columnist for the Daily Mail.
You mention every 10 to 15 minutes, so I am aware.
Just because it's a big thing.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, are you a columnist on the Daily Mail?
No.
Do you know anybody else who is a columnist on the Daily Mail?
No, I have my own GeoCities blog, but we don't have to talk about me right now.
Okay, that has like no visitors. But I'm writing a story for them that I went on the dark web, and here's what I found.
Did you find anything gross?
You know what? I tried not to click on things that I could not unsee.
But that's what I envision when you go on the dark web, is just crime and nastiness all around.
I could have bought an AK-47.
Oh.
With bullets. They upsold me.
Ooh, with bullets?
Yeah.
New and improved.
Any drug you want to, any drug.
Okay.
That you want. It's even including date rape drugs.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Let's see. Celebrity nudes. It's and the thing that astounds me is that it looks like the regular web now.
Oh, really?
With customer service numbers, cards, you're having trouble buying that gun? Give us a call.
Now, are you going to watch the Super Bowl? I mean, the big game?
Of course. Because you know me, I'm a big football fan.
Well, Perplexity, the Ask bot, is running a promotion during the big game. And if you go on, download the app and sign up for an account, and you can ask up to 23 questions for free, and you'll be entered to win $1 million every single time. So you could ask questions like, what is football? How come they're wearing those big hats?
Which are probably my questions. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I mean, that's so mean to me. So mean. Okay.
Who's Patrick Mahomes?
I don't even know who's playing.
I know. No one's shocked by that.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. John in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey, John.
Hey, Kim. How are you?
Wonderful. So how can I help you today?
My wife and I just bought a home in a rural part of North Carolina, and we're a ways off the road, and we have a Starlink, and it works kind of sporadically. Mm-hmm. And just recently, we had fiber optics put down our main road, but as I said, we're about a half mile off the road on a paved driveway, so the expense of putting in fiber optic cable is quite expensive.
How much do they want to charge you?
I've had numerous things, but apparently Spectrum Rural has a $10,000 credit. So on top of that, it would be about $7,500.
Wow. Okay. That's
Yeah,
a lot of internet per month. Okay.
It's a lot of internet.
Well, if you're going to be living there for the next 30 years, you say,
Yeah.
maybe I could justify that.
Yeah, well, it adds value to the property. That's part of it. But my question to you is, what's your crystal ball show for the future of internet? Will it come from the ground or will it come from the sky?
It'll come from the sky.
Oh.
Because if we look at everything that's going on now, all indications, even our cell towers, we now have cellular phones, not even phone, I don't want to say cellular, but we have phones that now only work with satellite. We've always had satellite phones, but they were super expensive, right? I mean, $2,000.
Yes.
And then you're like maybe $1 or $2 a minute. But now we have the big providers like AT&T, T-Mobile, now working with companies like Global Research and Starlink, and so that our calls are going to go off the satellite. So we have no more roaming fees. It doesn't matter what country we're in. It'll just all work the same way. So I've always been a proponent of satellite. I think it just makes a heck of a lot of sense. Which is why I don't understand why our government is spending trillions of dollars to lay down cable, really, quite frankly, because when you can have everything coming to you from the sky. Yeah, I know there's latency, and I know people saying like right now, oh, it doesn't work good for gaming or video calls, but this is in its infancy. It's just starting out. And so if it will increase the value of property, if you spend the $7,500 and you're going to be there for a while, then, maybe it does make sense. But if you can live with Starlink right now, maybe that is just a better alternative for you. And then you can take that $7,500 and then you can buy yourself something really nice.
Is Starlink going to be the company of the future that's going to provide all the satellite internet?
It looks that way.
Okay. Because I know AT&T is working on like a 5-year plan for a huge package.
But AT&T has never been that sharp. I mean,
shots fired.
Okay, I worked for them. I know that. Okay. But if you think about it, let's go back in time. Okay. What company had a phone line in everybody's house throughout the United States?
I believe it was AT&T.
When the internet first started.
Yeah, it was AT&T.
Okay. They should have owned the internet. They should have figured it out, but they didn't.
All right, so I'm not going to bet on them. I'm going to bet on Starlink.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about big tech companies. Will try to tell you that changing your settings and turning off app tracking is all you need to do to protect your privacy. But are we supposed to believe that the big bad tech wolf has now turned into our sweet little grandma? The truth is big tech cannot stop themselves from looking at what we do online. So to protect myself against big tech's prying eyes, I use ExpressVPN. You see, when you use ExpressVPN on your computer or phone, you're hiding your unique IP address, and websites can't use that to find out your real location or track what you do online. You see, ExpressVPN encrypts and reroutes all your online activity so your internet provider can't see it. It takes just one click to protect all devices. So here's the deal. You can get an extra 4 months free if you go to expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. All right. The NSA says that you're playing a crapshoot with your privacy if you never turn your phone off, if your Bluetooth is always on. And it gets kind of confusing because the National Security Agency, what's their job? Well, to listen and collect communications from satellites, cell phones, anywhere really. So you can use the same powerful NSA procedures to clear your phone from spyware. Number one, this is what the NSA says. Turn your phone off, wait 10 seconds, turn it back on, and do this once a week. Turn off Bluetooth when you're not using it. Leaving this on has your phone constantly looking for devices. Skip public USB ports at the airport, the coffee shop, because hackers can use that. So you want to bring your own charger, use a wall outlet. All right, still to come, we're going to talk about some insider secrets to know that you actually got a return product from Amazon. And then, of course, we have more of your great phone calls you don't want to miss here on the Kim Komando Show. This is not the itty bitty teeny ball. It is a Super Bowl 59. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code Kim. That's code Kim for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Psst, healthcare pros, word's out, and it's too good to keep quiet. Look, LinkedIn is revolutionizing job hunting, making it possible to search by specialty, shift preference, and salary. Endless scrolling is out. Whether it's a mental health therapist or dental hygienist, finding the perfect role is faster and easier than ever. Head to linkedin.com/healthcare and start your search today.
So, do you bet?
Oh, yeah, of course. I love to sports bet. And there actually was a story this week with artificial intelligence and the big game. And it predicted that the Chiefs would beat the Eagles 31-27. So I went over, and on the DraftKings Sportsbook, a $20 bet for that exact score pays $2,800.
Wow.
And I bet it.
Okay.
Let's go Chiefs.
Do you think it's legit?
I don't know if it's legit. I mean, it's an easy score. It's not like some crazy way to score 31 and 27 points. And I think the Chiefs are good, and they probably will win.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. She's been to a Super Bowl.
I've been to several, too.
It makes me so angry.
I still like when I was standing there. I even forget who was playing. The Jets were playing somebody.
The Jets were not in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The Giants.
Yes.
Okay. It was one of them. The Giants. Okay. And I was sitting there, and every time somebody scored, I'd be like, oh, good job. Yay. And then, but I did that for both sides.
Yeah, you're cheering for everyone.
I was like so happy. And then these guys from New York tapped me on the shoulder and said, lady, pick an effing team. like, I love everyone. I do. Jill in Charleston, South Carolina. Hi, Jill.
Yes. Hello?
Hi, Jill. How can I help you? What's going on?
Well, the issue I have going on is my daughter owns a business. It's a cleaning business, and she has a number of Spanish-speaking or Puerto Rican-speaking employees that speak some of the English. And she does have a person that she hires to work with them and do the translating and talking. But when that person is out of the office, then, they can communicate. She can communicate with them, but It's a much slower process.
So she's looking for some translation tools.
Yes, where she can talk to her employees, as they're out and about going into the different homes cleaning when they have questions.
Well, the good news is that she could always use Google Translate, and they could text back and forth, and it would do automatic translations. Now, when you're talking about actual phone calls, that's when it becomes a little bit different. There are some translation earbuds. One in particular is called Time Kettle. You might want to check that one out. It does real-time translations. That's what it says. But in my experience, it's not exactly real-time like you and I are talking. There's a little bit of a hesitation or delay as it processes the speech. And they're not cheap. They're about $250. So you might want to, make sure if you do buy these or she buys them that, there's always that return policy, right? Just in case. If we are looking at another option, Google has something called the Pixel Buds Pro. And I've actually tried them when I was in France, and I ended up just saying, forget it because it just, it looks like we should be entering the future with these. I mean, wouldn't it be just amazing just to be able to just have a translation, just speak another language, and then it goes back and forth?
It is difficult, though, on the phone. So that's a good point you made. Just switch to texting because you'll be able to talk to each other clearly and communicate better.
Yeah, because if you are depending upon the speech going back and forth, it just takes
We're just
so
not
much.
there yet.
No. And then also, like most languages, we have slang.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always work exactly the best way when you start talking about slang.
How do you think you say skibbity toilet in Spanish? I'm going to look that up.
Hola. Toilet. Is that it?
Oh, you nailed it.
Oh, I thought so. Ron in Savannah, Georgia. Hi, Ron.
Hey, Kim. Great to rediscover you again. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's a time dilation or past life overlay, but I seem to recall listening to you back in the late 90s.
Oh, that was me. I'm an overnight success. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I remember that. And you sound just as great as ever. So I came back into trucking after a 5-year stint of being a network engineer.
Wow.
The company, we turned CenturyLink's network from ATM to Ethernet, and then after we did that, they laid all of us off.
Oh, nice.
H-1B, But anyway, I've been come back to trucking. I started driving in 97, literally been all over the country, every interstate, most of the U.S. highways. And because my job required me to be out for a month at a time and then back for a week, I was kind of, long-distance relationship with my wife. So I would send videos to her by text of cool little towns I'm going through, or just really cool sites, or up in the Rockies or along the Colorado River. And I want to be able to take all of these short 1-minute, 2-minute videos and splice them together. You know how iPhone has memories that they'll take your photos? I want to be able to do that, but on a much larger version. So I'm looking for an app or something not expensive.
Sure. Let me tell you what, Ron, there are so many tools out there. So many tools out there. But let me ask you a question before we talk about that. What was the best thing that you've ever seen on the road in the last 5 years?
The Longaberger picnic basket building.
The what?
Have you ever heard of Longaberger?
No.
They made.
Come on,
Kim. They were big back in the 90s. They made handmade maple wood baskets.
Oh,
picnic baskets.
Nice.
For home decor, and they actually have a 7-story corporate office just east of Columbus, Ohio, just outside of Newark on Ohio 16. It's a 7-story picnic basket.
Nice.
With handles and everything on top.
That's cool.
And then, of course, Route US 6 going over Loveland Pass at 11,999 feet. That was kind of cool. So,
you know what? What a great thing that you're doing is sharing your life with your wife, even though you're miles away. I would probably say let's use CapCut for that. I think it's probably the easiest. Andrew's shaking his head. Don't you think, Andrew? CapCut's the easiest one for this?
Absolutely. CapCut is so easy to use. It's so user friendly, and there's all the tools, all the video editing tools you need are on CapCut, and it's so quick to learn. Within a week, you'll be Steven Spielberg.
Close.
All right, Stuart Spielberg.
All right, coming right back, how to tell if you bought a returned product on Amazon. You're on the Kim Komando Show. Over 41,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all into one platform. Get the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning for free at netsuite.com/Kim. All right, you can tell if an item you bought on Amazon was returned if it has a label that starts with 3 letters, LPN. I don't know what they stand for. LPN tells you that you got something returned. Hey, don't forget to enter to win the iPhone at winfromkim.com.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers and small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers and big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Thanks for listening to the Kim Komando Show. Here's hour 2.
Well, they're making just a little bit more money than we are here. I'm just a little tiny bit. Last quarter, Walmart made $180 billion. $180 billion. Amazon raked in $187 billion, which for the last 36 years, Walmart has been the world's top revenue earner when it comes to retail. Austin in Branson, Missouri. Hi, Austin.
Might give a little backstory to kind of explain. Last May, my dad passed away, and I have a bunch of his voicemails. Well, and I was looking for an AI program that could recreate, like personalized messages from his voice to give to my kids, because they're really having a hard time dealing with it like the rest of the family, but they had a real special bond with their grandpa. Well, this December 23rd, my mother passed away, kind of from a broken heart and some dementia and different things. And I have some voicemails of hers, and I'd like to do the same thing. I figured you would know if anybody would.
Well, there's a sweet sorrow with that. There's a side of me that says that's pretty amazing. Then there's a side that's like, ooh, I don't know if I guess it would be okay.
Are you battling with, since they've passed away, they should just be memories and not create fictional audio?
Well, I'm just thinking, when you're talking about there, Austin, I was thinking about even with my own mother. Mm-hmm. I was so close with my mom. She's like my sister. I mean, I joked because I moved out of the house when I was 15, and then she moved in with me when I was 26. And I was like,
you had a little bit of freedom.
That was it. That was all.
Well, they were all very close with my parents, and as they got real sick there on the end, they weren't able to communicate with them because my daughters are young adults, but they still, it's the first time anybody in the family has passed away. My son is 16, and my grandmother passed away at 16, and I know how I've struggled through the years just to want to hear that voice one more time.
Oh, I get that. I understand. Let me tell you a couple of places that you can try. The big one out there is called 11 Labs. 11, just like you spell it out, 11labs.io. 11labs.io. As a matter of fact, Joey here with the show is playing around with my voice with it. It's about 90% there. 85% there. What it doesn't have a lot of the tones and the emotion. And so you might want to try another one that's called Resemble.ai. And you know what? If you get my free newsletter, I'm going to go ahead and put them in the newsletter. Again, 11labs.io and Resemble, RESEMBLE, Resemble.ai is the other option. And let us know how that works out. Give us a call back.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Hey, you don't want to miss any special moments in yours and your loved ones' lives. So if you're struggling to hear what's going on around you, you need to check out Hear.com/Cam. They offer high-tech hearing aids like the Horizon IXs that deliver crystal clear sound and can be controlled right from your smartphone. So cool. Plus, with their nationwide audiologist network and online consultations, help is always close by. Visit Hear.com/Kim to see if you qualify for a no-risk 45-day trial. That's Hear.com/Kim. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about check fraud and barcode scams. And before we get to all of that, there is a certain type of word that can break the AI. I don't know if you know this, but if you say who is Kim Komando, this whole beautiful display of my photos and accomplishments shows up.
When's that top photo? I'm looking at the results here. When's that top photo from?
I don't know, but I'm here on the set.
Is it like 85? Oh, on this set?
I was here on this set.
You look so young.
Are you saying I look old?
No. Carry on.
You know what? See, this is how you get yourself into trouble. Okay? This is why you cannot keep a woman. I'm just saying.
It's just an observation. That's all it was.
I was on this set.
I'm very curious now to find out what this word is that will affect AI, and we move past anything I have said.
A swear word. A swear word.
Which one?
And the big one.
Oh, the big one.
Starts with the letter F.
The bomb.
And if you put that into your Google search request, you don't get all the AI overviews. That's crap anyway.
Why do you say it's crap?
Because it goes out and it takes certain things from web pages, and sometimes it's not right.
So inaccuracies is what you're saying.
Yeah, they like to use the word hallucinate.
That's true.
Hallucinate. But if you don't want to use a swear word, a less fun way to do it is at the end of your search, you add minus AI, just like the hyphen.
No,
AI.
I'm going to use the swear word.
Okay, just because that's funner. It's more fun. Johnny in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Kim.
Welcome.
Yes, I have a question. I have a daughter that lives alone and rents a small house in Little Rock, and I was wondering what would be a good wireless security camera for her.
Well, wireless security camera, why don't you just get her a security system?
Well, she may be moving shortly.
But you can take it with you.
Okay.
See, here's my thing. You could put up a camera. Obviously, there's a reason why you're concerned. Why are you worried?
She don't live in a great neighborhood.
Okay. So if we put up one camera by the front door, well, the person, a thief, a burglar, whoever can get in the back door, or the side window, whatever it may be. And if you're living in not such a great area, then you need a full-blown security system that will protect every door, every window. And when she's not home, you turn on the system and she gets alerts if somebody comes in. When she is home, she gets alerts if somebody tries to bust in a window or a door. And you're just not going to get that type of protection, say, with an Arlo camera, a Ring Cam, a Google Nest Cam, whatever it may be. Because if you need that protection, you need to have the whole enchilada. You know, security systems used to be a real pain in the neck. Do you remember, Andrew, when they would come in and they try to upsell you?
Oh, they're so expensive. I actually have SimpliSafe, and I love SimpliSafe. Multiple cameras, doorbell cameras, every single door and window is got a sensor on it. But when I was shopping around, we're talking $3,000 to get what I got for SimpliSafe for under $1,000. And I got everything.
And you put it all in yourself?
Yes.
And SimpliSafe, we will tell you, they are a sponsor of the show.
Oh, they are?
Yes. Go to simplysafekim.com, simplysafekim.com. But let me tell you what happened. I have SimpliSafe at the studios in Santa Barbara.
Okay.
And I looked down and I didn't recognize the phone number. So I didn't answer the phone.
Oh, and they were calling because your alarm was going
Yes.
off? Good thing you have a security system.
Okay. And so they sent me a text. It said, this is SimpliSafe. Answer the phone. So they called me back. And then there was a woman. And I said, I have some work happening in the studio. She said, do you recognize this person on the camera? And she sent me the picture. I said, yes, I do recognize. She said, is everything okay? I said, yes. And she sat on the phone with me like 4 minutes. So finally I said, no, everything's good. But imagine if something wasn't good.
Right.
And so that's why, security cameras are fabulous. We love them. They're, really good things. But they need to be part of a complete system.
And when you integrate them in, like you said, someone steps in front of your camera, you get a notification, immediately.
And the SimpliSafe cameras, they also have a little button so you can turn it off. If it's an indoor camera, you don't want to be recorded, just hit that button. It just closes that shutter. All right, I hear this all the time. Bob from Chicago wrote me and said, I thought I was being careful. I got an email from my bank account that looked legit. It said there was suspicious activity, so I logged in to secure my account. A minute later, my money was gone. I was locked out. I mean, let me tell you, even the most careful people can get caught by these clever hackers and scammers. And that's why you need great, solid antivirus protection instantly blocks harmful malware threats and viruses in real time, keeping your personal data and your identity safe. Total AV is the award-winning antivirus that I use and trust. So do 35 million other people. And it could have stopped this from happening. So go to protectwithkim.com right now and get Total AV for just $19 for the first year, covering up to 5 devices, including Windows, Macs, and smartphones. Protectwithkim.com. Protectwithkim.com. So this one crime that skyrocketed 400% over the last year. Was it deep fakes, pig butchering scams? No. Check fraud. That's right. Scammers stole over $26 billion from Americans with check fraud. But it has a modern twist. So if you think that you are really secure and happy because you have a lock on your mailbox, guess again. Crooks can buy universal keys right on the dark web that open any mailbox. And from there, they steal your mail, look for checks, wash your signature off using chemicals. So you want to use a USPS approved locking mailbox. Sign up for USPS informed delivery so you know if anything's missing. But really, it's time to get into online bill paying. It makes life so much easier. You don't even have to write a check. No, not at all. You're going to be using like Venmo or PayPal. All right, stay right where you are. We have more of your phone calls that you don't want to miss, as well as what's going on with, speaking of check fraud, barcode scams and Walmarts here on the Kim Komando Show.
Introducing Meta Ray-Ban Display, the world's most advanced AI glasses. With a full color display built into the lens of the glasses, it's there when you need it and gone when you don't. Send and receive messages, translate or caption live conversations, collaborate with Meta AI, and more. Be one of the first to try Meta Ray-Ban Display. Visit meta.com/Meta Ray-Ban Display to book a demo and find your pair.
To protect myself against big tech's prying eyes, I use ExpressVPN. When you use the ExpressVPN app, you're hiding your unique IP address. Plus, it encrypts and reroutes all your online activities. Go to expressvpn.com/Kim to get an extra 4 months free. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. All right, Andrew, we got a lot of great calls right now. Ellen in Albany, Georgia. Hi, Ellen.
Hi, thanks for taking my call, Kim. I love your show. It's very helpful.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
What I'm wanting to know, I'm not the most techie sort, but just for fun, I want to know how to change Siri's name and voice. So, for instance, if I wanted to say, hey, Alfred, and have a British man's voice come through, how do I do that, or is it even possible?
Well, we are talking about Apple, and Apple doesn't like to let anybody inside their camp to do anything changes. So you can get a shortcut. You can make what's called a shortcut. So you can say, hey, Alfred, or hey, Digital Goddess Kim. And then it would pop up.
See how she changed that on you? She went from Alfred to Kim in a nanosecond.
And then you can make the voice be a British woman or a British man. But I like Alfred. It feels like a butler, doesn't it?
It is from Batman.
Oh,
it was from Batman.
Okay, obviously, I don't get out much. Okay.
My Siri's voice is an Australian man's accent, so you can change the voice, but I still have to call it Siri.
But you can change that.
Yeah,
it's not easy to do.
Doesn't sound like it.
No, you have to open up the Shortcuts app on your iPhone.
Okay.
Then you have to add an action. Ask for input, select text, type, what can I do for you? Then the plus sign, then run a shortcut, and then select, hey, Siri, name the shortcut, hey, Alfred, and then say it again. And there's like all these steps.
You got that, Ellen? Thanks for calling. I'm sure you're going to be able to do it in the next 5 minutes.
I have one question. It's probably going to sound stupid. Is a Shortcuts app already on my phone, or is that something I need to add?
It's already on your phone, and no question is a dumb question. So here's what we're going to do.
Like I said, I'm not techie.
Now, do you get the free newsletter?
I signed up for it yesterday.
Oh, beautiful. That's great. You're going to join almost 700,000 folks. Really. Every single day. Put this newsletter.
You are so helpful. You've helped me with a lot of things by listening to your show.
Oh, you're so sweet. I like Ellen.
Are you going to put that information, those instructions somewhere?
I'm going to put them in the newsletter.
Okay, good, because there's no way anyone followed all that.
There's no way. But I know that there was somebody trying to write it down.
Get me a pen, honey.
I need that. Greg in Augusta, Georgia. Hi there, Greg.
Hi, how you doing, Kim? I'm not going to be as sweet as Ellen, but I will get to the point. Hey, what I got going is I like to trade in the stocks once in a while and small time. And even though I have the money to be a day trader if I wanted to, but I don't want to give all my money away that quickly. And I'm usually buying the tips and selling at the dips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to. I've watched a lot of people try to say, "Hey, well, we use AI and we can pick all these stocks and everything." So I got on ChatGPT and I'm trying to elicit ChatGPT to help me pick some stocks. And that's like asking Google to write your prescription. It just wasn't working. So how are these people using all the AI to help them buy or identify a stock that's going to go up, and all of us little minions can't?
Well, let me tell you about stocks. I'm still holding GoPro. I'm still hoping for that recovery, Greg.
Yeah, I had Carnival for years. I'd buy stuff and just hold on to it for the longest time.
Yeah, it's just I'm feeling a resurgence of GoPro cameras.
It's the future.
Yeah.
Cameras you staple to your forehead. I mean, where is it going to go? Only to the moon.
Yeah, you know what? I hope somebody from GoPro is listening. Okay, we need some innovation. We need some innovation. Yeah. Well, first of all, I have some friends who are big time investment bankers, and I had the opportunity about a year ago to visit their headquarters in Manhattan. And their tools, they're paying $10,000, $20,000 a month for. I mean, wow. And where they can, but they're also trading in nanoseconds, the Nokia exchange, the London exchange, big money we're talking about. Now, there are some, let me just preface this. I don't want to give you any financial advice. I don't want to give you any stock advice, because that's not my forte.
Right.
But there are some AI tools, and there are some ways that you can use ChatGPT in order to facilitate this. Like, you could say, create a stock trading strategy where I buy this stock at this price and then I sell it at another price. You could ask ChatGPT to analyze the latest earnings and potential risks. OpenAI just released something called Research. I talked a little bit about it. And what that allows you to do is it will read every single thing on the internet about a particular topic, a particular company, and then give you a report back in about 30 minutes.
You just made me think of a Japanese robot that's in the next room, and you call him into the room and say, "Hey," and let him trade some stocks for you. That would be the future, maybe.
Maybe.
Build that, GoPro.
Yes. But there are some tools like FinChat. That's Fin and then chat.io. I've heard a little bit about that. But it's really... It's so hard to make money in the stock market.
But I've seen the same videos Greg's talking about where someone's like, I let ChatGPT invest all my money and now I'm a billionaire. It's not realistic.
Come on over with me.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
I don't think it is. Are these the ads that you see on YouTube?
Can I say the, what do you call it, the trading platform that I use? Can I say them?
Yeah, sure.
I basically trade really lightly on Ally.
Oh, God, you're not supposed to say that one. Anyone but that one.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, what really got me the other day, I kid you not, I had $2,000 sitting out in a stock. And I knew that the stock, for some reason, I had a friend of mine that had the same stock, and they got a report out about the medicine not doing as well as it was supposed to, and it was going to go down. So go ahead and sell your shares. So it was after trading hours. And I had already had a, what do you call it? You put like a limit on there. I basically had made it to where, well, if it goes up to $20, once it reaches $20 and it was close, go ahead and take some profits.
Right.
So I had one of those on there, and then all of a sudden I heard it was going down and it was after hours. So I went ahead and got on there and tried to put a stop loss on there to where, And once it dropped down to a certain level, I would be able to save my money and not go broke. And it would not, for the life of me, let me make that stop loss change. And it turns out you can't both have. With Allie, I couldn't have a gain thing where I pulled profits and at the same time protect myself at the bottom, and until it was daytime trading. And so I lost out, and when I woke up the next morning, $2,000 gone.
Well, let me tell you, I think we all have stories like that. There's, when DeepSeek came out, I bought a lot of NVIDIA because
I had it too.
Yeah,
yep.
And it just took a dump. It just. Yep.
I saw that.
and I sat there, okay, how come I didn't know that this was coming out? I don't think anybody knew that DeepSeek was going to be hitting from China.
No, I mean, absolutely. It was a Friday afternoon when they dropped that thing, and it was like a bomb to the U.S. tech investment market.
Yes. And so NVIDIA, they lost $600 trillion. Oh,
I thought it was a lot. Oh,
yes,
okay.
Just a little tiny
drop in the bucket.
But let me tell you something that we have done as a family is that 6 months ago, Barry had $5,000, I had $5,000, and we gave Ian $5,000. Said we're going to have 6 months, and whoever can double this $5,000 gets to win, and then they get a monetary prize. It was like $2,000 prize. So we've been going along. And I got the $5,000 up to $7,000. Barry got the $5,000 up to like maybe $6,000. Ian got his up to almost $20,000. And do you know how?
No.
He was using quiverquant.com. That's QuiverQuant. And it's kind of a weird name. It tells you what the people in Washington are buying.
Yeah, it's I think their slogan is buy stocks like Nancy Pelosi.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So he went over there and he just crushed it. Crushed it.
It's shocking that people in power have knowledge that we don't, and they can financially gain off of that.
Oh, just ask ChatGPT that. Exactly. All right, still to come, we have some great tips like, this one talking about barcode scams here that are happening at Walmart on the Kim Komando Show. Attention growing businesses, Oracle is offering to cut your current cloud bill in half if you move to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. For new U.S. customers with minimum financial commitment, offer ends March 31st. See if your company qualifies at oracle.com/Ken. So Dylan Rockwell, he thought he was going to be really smart. He made himself a special ring, not with diamonds, but with a barcode from a 70-cent can of tomato soup. And so what he would do, instead of scanning whatever he was buying at Walmart, he would scan the ring, and then he would be charged just for the tomato soup. So he thought everything was going great until the cops knocked on his door and arrested him. So if you think you're going to be clever on the self-checkout, not so much. They're watching every single thing that you do. Hey, while you're thinking about it, make sure that you enter to win that brand new iPhone at winfromkim.com.
This episode is brought to you by Marqeta. When it comes to your payments provider, you can't afford to compromise. Marqeta's modern payment solutions flex with your business without the trade-offs. Stable and agile, secure and innovative, scalable and configurable. If they say you can't have it all, don't believe them. Your business demands more. Choose a payments provider that delivers more. Choose Marqeta. Visit marqeta.com/Spotify to learn more.
Thanks for listening to the Kim Komando Show. Here's hour 3.
All right, I know that you're always looking for ways to make some extra money. Instacart is now rolling out a new side hustle where you can make money just by taking photos of products on store shelves. So this way, they say brands can see what's selling, how their products look to customers, and the pay is about, for 10 minutes of work, about $12. So it's not bad. You know, when I was reading about this a couple of years ago, I made $15 at Costco. While writing about the TaskRabbit app. I had to go to Costco and take pictures of the laundry soap that was there. And so I made $15. I thought that was really great until I walked out with 50 boxes of animal crackers and a kayak.
Oh, yeah. You can't leave Costco without spending $1,000.
Yes. So, yeah, exactly. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kim Komando, America's beloved digital goddess, here with you once again. You just tapped into the nation's largest, most trusted source about all things digital. And you can find the Kim Komando Show on over 420 top stations. We're streaming in your favorite radio app, and you can find the show as a podcast. Wherever you get your podcasts, just search for Komando, because you need this show more than ever, because you need to stay tech ahead, or else you really will be left tech behind in the digital dust. And I'd like to thank Simply Safe for helping to make this show possible. Nothing is more important than protecting who you love from harm. Now, if you've been thinking about home security, now's the time to join the millions of Americans who trust Simply Safe to protect their homes. Traditional home security systems wait until after a break-in to react. By then, it's already too late. Simply Safe is a smarter way. Their Active Guard outdoor protection uses advanced AI-powered security cameras paired with live monitoring agents to keep watch over your home just 24/7. So if someone suspicious approaches, the agents can see, speak to them directly, and even call the police, all in real time, helping to stop the crime even before it starts. Monitoring plans start around $1 a day. There are no contracts, no fees if you need to cancel. Plus, with a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, you can be sure Simply Safe is the perfect fit for you. Visit simplysafekim.com to claim 50% off a new system with a professional monitoring plan, and you get your first month free. That's simplysafekim.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe. And I'd like to thank Raycon too, because discover the true love's perfect pair. Raycon's everyday earbuds. They're fabulous. The latest model comes with active noise cancellation, starts at half the price of other premium audio brands. And right now, get up to 20% off site-wide at buyraycon.com/Kim. That's buyraycon.com/Kim. You know, every single day I do this. I drop by 35, 40 different places. I talk to industry insiders to make sure that I know exactly what's happening in the tech verse. And here are 5 things that you need to know about. We're going to start with PFAs. That's the fancy name for chemicals that never break down. Companies love them because they waterproof circuits, they make pans non-stick, they keep firefighting foam from going up in flames. And here's the wake-up call. They just don't stay in the products. They get into our water, our skin. And some studies actually link them to cancer, kidney disease, and fertility problems. But the reason why I'm talking about it is that Apple and Samsung are both getting sued over the PFAs in their wearables. And so while you're trying to watch your health, independent tests have found them in 15 out of 22 Apple Watch bands. Now, Apple says they're safe. But what's interesting is that you have fewer PFAs in the cheaper watch bands.
Really?
Yes. You'd think that the more expensive watch bands wouldn't have the PFAs.
Are these were also referred to as the forever chemicals?
Correctamundo.
Yeah, if you see a headline and they're talking about this, that's what they're going to call
yes,
them.
Exactly. But, you know, here on the show, we like to use PFAs and acronyms.
Good. I was clueless until I figured that out. Thanks.
Excellent. Excellent. Moving on to number 2, Sandra Bullock has come out this past week to say, you know what? I am not in love with you. I do not want to marry you. I do not want to date you. Because so many people are pretending to be her on social media and then stealing their life savings. And they're using deep fake images, not just of Sandra Bullock, but Reese Witherspoon, Brad Pitt, Taylor Swift, Johnny Depp. And so the bottom line here is that if you think that a big time celebrity is in love with you, not.
No. I mean, she's in love with me, but that's just totally different.
Well, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
and you have no idea the financial situation she's got herself into.
It's tough.
Oh, it's so bad. I had to wire over just $50,000 before the show started. But we're in love, so it's okay.
Sure. We have that gentleman who reached out to me for help, and he lives in the Midwest.
Is this the Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah, and he really believes that Reese Witherspoon is going to marry him.
He's talked to her mom, Kim.
Well, the mom actually reached out to him first and said, I looked at your Facebook profile and you would be the perfect husband for my daughter. And when you look at the videos that he sent me, it's just obvious that they're deepfaked.
And did you try to help him, but he just gave up and he said you were wrong and you don't know what you're talking about?
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's given her $20,000.
It's heartbreaking.
Some crazy number like that. Moving on to number 3, it's the big event's going to happen on February 26th. Amazon is going to unveil a new Alexa, a remarkable Alexa. Why? Because Alexa has cost Amazon at least $10 billion in losses because they really thought that more people would be using their Amazon Echo speakers to buy things.
And we're not.
Nobody. Do you?
I have Google Home, and I don't use it to buy anything.
No. So Amazon, the rumor is that they're going to slap a $5 or $10 fee.
But it's going to be updated. It's going to be new and improved, so it's totally going to be worth the money, right?
Yes, sure. But you can still keep the classic Alexa for free.
Oh, good. The one that's not going to work and never be supported, and
right. It's just not going to be there. Moving on to number 4, there's an AI company by the name of Anthropic, and they have a chatbot called Claude. But the reason why I bring this up is that they are an AI company. But if you apply for a job there, they said, do not use AI.
That's like applying for a job at a fast food place, but you can't eat fast food.
Yes.
You have to be a vegetarian.
You have to, their reasoning, here's their reasoning. We want to gauge personal interest and raw communication skills.
So does the rest of the planet. So stop making the AI. How about that?
Okay. And finally, coming in at number 5. Some scammers pretended to be FCC employees, and they thought that they were really, really good at this. So they dialed up their victims, and they used an AI voice to sound official. We tried to find it, but couldn't find it. But it says, hello, Andrew, you are receiving an automated call from the Federal Communications Commission.
Oh, this is important.
The fraud prevention team.
A whole team is calling me?
Would like to speak with you. Press 1 to speak now, or press 2 to schedule a call back. Boop.
I pressed 1.
The kicker is that they actually called real FCC employees.
Dummies.
The scammers claim they were under investigation. They needed to pay $1,000 in Google gift cards.
Oh, that's always how I pay my fines. Last year I owed money to taxes. I paid it in Applebee's gift cards.
So the bottom line is that the FCC does not have a fraud prevention team.
No.
And they're not going to fine you in gift cards. Okay? They're just not.
2 warning signs.
Not going to have that happen. As a small business owner, you don't have the luxury of clocking out early. Your business is on your mind 24/7. So when you're hiring, you need a partner that grinds just as hard as you do. And that hiring partner is LinkedIn Jobs. You see, LinkedIn makes it easy to post your job for free, share it with your network, and get qualified candidates that you can manage all in one place. Their new feature can help you write job descriptions and then quickly get your job in front of the right people. Either post your job for free or you can pay to promote. Now, promoted jobs get 3 times more qualified applicants. And at the end of the day, the most important thing to your small business is the quality of candidates. And with LinkedIn, you can feel confident that you're getting the best. So find out why more than 2.5 million small businesses like ours use LinkedIn for hiring today. Find your next great hire on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim. Terms and conditions apply. All right, coming up, oh man, this show is just jam-packed. We have the way that you can actually figure out the cheapest time to fly, how you can try a laptop out before you actually commit to it, what's typo squatting, and AI-generated women are all over the apps. And of course, we just have the best callers ever. And you have me and Andrew here on the Kim Komando Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Business owners, meet Progressive Insurance. They make it easy to get discounts on commercial auto insurance and find coverages to grow with your business. Quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Coming up in just a few minutes, how you can figure out the cheapest time to fly using Google Flights. And how about we get started with Jan in Austin, Texas. Hi, Jan.
Hi.
Welcome.
So good to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you. What's going on?
I work for an estate sale company, and figuring out what some specific items might start retailing for at a sale is just so time consuming. We start with Google Lens, find out what this crazy thing is, and then just have to dig into eBay or Invaluable or something to find out what it's for sale for. And then you have to go into your own eBay account because that's where you can find the sold prices and the completed things. And, before you know it, you've wasted 30, 45 minutes or whatever.
Per item.
And there's per item, yes. Yeah. And there's just got to be a more efficient way to find out what these things are. And some of them are, just so bizarre. You would look at them and you'd say, I have no idea what this is.
So tell me about one of the greatest finds at one of these estate sales.
Oh, my. There was this bizarre-looking dragon, and nobody thought it was ever going to come up. It was metal. It was well done. Couldn't figure out what it was at all. And it just popped right up, and it was expensive. It was really good stuff, but it just looked kind of gothic and dragon-like.
You're like, who would want this?
How expensive are we talking? Like thousands of dollars?
Yes.
Nice.
That's a good one. Andrew, do you still sell on eBay?
I actually have. I've toned it down, but when I was in the height, I did it the same way she did. I would take a picture with Google Lens, find out what the item is, and then search eBay sold. I didn't take anything. I didn't go more high tech than that. And she's right. It took forever.
See, well, with ChatGPT, it's a little bit different.
Okay.
Because now you can, I don't know if you've tried this, Jan, but you can upload a picture of something. I did this I'm still dealing with my mother's estate stuff. Mm-hmm. She collected Yadros. I'm sure you've seen a lot of those, Jan, right?
Right.
Some of them are worth $25. Some of them are worth $3,000. I tried to do it the old-fashioned way. Had a spreadsheet, was linked to eBay so I could prove to my siblings that how much it was worth, because I like to have everything documented, so then we can say something like, oh, she did it wrong, or she's ripping us off, or whatever it may be. Then I uploaded an image from the Yadro. She has a nativity scene, put that into ChatGPT, and I said, give me the last 5 prices that this item sold on eBay, and it came back.
Did it identify the item as well as find the prices, or did you have to tell it what the item was?
No. It knew. It matched that image. Now, there were some things, though, like you mentioned, where I would have to say this is a Yadro. It didn't know exactly what it was. So this was the nativity scene. I'll just tell you a side note. This is a nativity scene. There's 15 different pieces in this nativity scene. My sister sends me a text. She goes, I'll just take Mary.
Yeah, because you don't need Mary to complete it. She's unimportant.
So I text her back and say, no, you can't have the nativity scene without a Mary, okay? I mean, we need this. Have you ever tried worthpoint.com?
I have, but that's a paid subscription, isn't it?
I don't know. I just know that a lot of people use it.
A lot of times that will come up on the Google Lens. That it is sold there or it's available there. But then,
there's so that always gets high points, as does Live Auctioneers.
We use that a lot, but
try it. Try a ChatGPT for that. Just give it a shot. It might work out for you. And then what's nice about it is that it does everything so quickly, just so fast. And if it can't find it, you'll know immediately. So when you are dealing with this estate sale, you're not looking at 30 or 45 minutes per item, especially when you have to start discounting because the stuff just isn't moving. So give that a shot. And thanks for your call today, Jan. Terry in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Hi, Terry.
Hello, and congratulations, I think, to the Kim Komando Show for being around for so many years. So many computer magazines have come and gone and converted to digital from print, and so many of their staffs and their experts have come and gone. But the Kim Komando Show seems to still be in there helping people over all this time. So good job.
Terry, would you like to join the marketing team? Because that's brilliant. You're absolutely right.
Amazing. Okay, Terry, you don't need to tell anybody you're my cousin.
And he has the Joseph from the nativity scene.
Yes, exactly. So, you're so sweet, Terry. Thank you so much. It's, you know what I say, if you don't innovate, you evaporate. So we keep innovating here. We keep innovating. So what's on your mind?
I know something. I'm somewhat of a technical person, but there have been so many disasters in the last couple of years where people depended so much on their cell phones and wireless data, and they were disappointed, as they just have been in California in the fires. Mm-hmm. And the first thought at that time that came to my mind when I heard people on TV saying, we can't get information from our cell phones, the data is outdated, it's behind, there's no cell service. And my first thought was, well, that's why you have your transistor radio with fresh batteries ready to go, and that's where you're supposed to be getting your emergency information that you can, dispensed by the government and so forth. But the thought occurred to me was, would a cell phone tower that is cut off from the phone system, but the tower itself still has power, could it operate independently from the network to allow the callers right in its immediate area to talk to each other?
No, that's the problem. I mean, it's just a relay point. The calls are still routed through centralized databases. And without the link to that system, the tower doesn't know how to complete the call. So that's why you mentioned transistor radios. And a lot of people say, "Whoa, I don't need a radio." We don't. Then there's even this push. We don't need AM radio.
Right.
Okay. It's like, yes, we still need AM radio. And now I know every ham radio operator in the country who's listening right now saying, and we need the hams. We do need the hams until, of course, we get to a point, and we're just getting there, where we actually have satellite communications. We have an inkling of it right now on our iPhone 14s and higher, where you could send a text via SOS. And now with some T-Mobile plans is that you may be able to make a phone call via satellite. They're just testing this stuff out. But we are just literally right around, we are on the edge of being able to get rid of these cell towers and just do everything via satellite. Terry, thank you so much for your kind words, and thanks for your call. We have more of your phone calls coming up that you never, ever want to miss here on the Kim Komando Show. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about typo squatting, and then later on how Google Flights can tell you right now the cheapest time to fly. But before we get to all of that, I have to warn you about this, because you meet a girl online, and she's so beautiful, so gorgeous. And you're like, oh, wow, should I fall in love with her? Has that ever happened to you?
That I've fallen in love with just a photo of someone on a dating app?
No, where you go on the dating app and you see this stunner.
Right.
And maybe even you see videos of her. And you do a reverse image search. And she doesn't pop up.
See, that's my problem. I don't do the reverse image search. Oh. Just dive right in.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I was, there was a woman, she was Asian, and she was very attractive. And we started talking, and we were hitting it off. And we were talking like nonstop for like an hour.
Really?
And I was like, hey, it says on your profile that you live where I live in Chandler. We should go get something to eat.
Like now?
Yeah. Why not? I got nothing to do. And she was like, oh, I don't know if I can. And I was like, just pick a place. We'll go get something to eat, get a drink. My treat. And she's like, well, I really have my favorite spot, but I can't maybe tomorrow. And I said, oh, well, what's your favorite spot? And then it took forever. Like we were going back and forth. Bing, 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 bing. And then when I asked her what her favorite restaurant was, it took forever. And then she came back with an answer, which was Panda Express. And I knew instantly that this person did not live in the United States, let alone Chandler, because no one's favorite restaurant for a date is Panda Express.
No.
So then I asked her, well, what's your, because now I'm in. Now I know it's a scam. So now I'm just going to mess with her. What's your favorite thing to eat at Panda Express? Again, takes forever to respond.
Orange peeled chicken.
That's it. That's what she came back with.
Did
Orange,
she?
yeah. Then I asked her for her social security number, and she unmatched me because she knew I was on to her. But there's bots all over. When I start speaking to a woman on a dating app, I start with not telling the truth.
Oh, really? What do you say?
Just about personal information. So how many kids do you have? Well, I have a couple. I won't give the genders. How old are they? I'll lie about their age because I'm not going to give personal information in the first 3 minutes to someone I've never talked to. Then if, we start chatting and get down the line, go on a couple of dates, I'll tell them, by the way, I lied to you. My kids are actually this and this because I was just trying to protect myself.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart. Are there a lot of fakes out there?
Yeah, lots of accounts. Absolutely. And there's some apps that are way heavier than others, which is crazy to me because these are the most expensive apps. I'm not trying to be critical, but Plenty of Fish is a dating app that I've tried. I've tried them all. Just, why not? It's all bots, it seems like. I've never talked to a real human being on Plenty of Fish one time. It's all fake accounts.
Do you remember Father Andrew?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So Father Andrew told me a story about his brother. And I may have some of the facts wrong, but they have a huge ranch in Wyoming.
Okay.
And we're talking about thousands of acres in the remote part of Wyoming where it's hard for you to meet anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So his brother got on a dating app just for ranchers.
Was it farmers only?
I don't know. No. It's like for just ranchers.
Oh, let me see if I can find it. Go ahead.
And we're like, you had to be Catholic to be a rancher.
Wait a minute. Now we're narrowing it down to not only ranchers, but Catholic ranchers.
Yes.
Was there 7 people on this app?
He met the love of his life. Okay.
Well, they were the only 2 on there.
They got married, and they have 2 boys and 3 girls under the age of 8.
On a Catholic-only rancher app.
Yes.
I'm struggling on the major ones.
Maybe you need to go narrow focused.
Yeah?
Like people who like bald men.
Okay, great.
And wear Hey Dudes.
I don't wear Hey Dudes anymore.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, you were right. I was totally wrong about the Hey Dudes.
I saw somebody wear them the other day, and I was almost wanted to go over them. I was in a store. I'm like, no, you don't wear those.
It took 7 weeks, and they just literally fell apart.
Yeah.
They disintegrated as I walked.
Hey, no. All right, let's go back to the calls. Jenny in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Hi there, Jenny.
I'm having problems with tiny voices coming through my speakers on my computer with no applications running.
Okay, so you're hearing sounds out of your computer?
I'm hearing people talking. I have conversations or news reports, but they're all in Chinese.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about how that might be happening, okay? And I'm just going to go through some different situations, and then you'll have to say, yeah, I did that, or yes, I can try that type of thing, all right? First of all, we want to rule out any possibilities of any website or that may be doing this. So you want to make sure all your browser tabs are closed, all your applications are closed, okay?
And I Control-Alt-Delete Task Manager and did all that.
Okay, and then you also have something called the volume mixer. And you want to see if any other applications are showing sound input when the voices are starting, because that can help you identify the source. You want to do a full system scan, antivirus, anti-malware. You want to update your audio drivers because maybe you have some outdated or corrupt audio drivers. You can just go to the manufacturer's website for your PC or sound card. You can check your network. Make sure that you don't have any unauthorized devices, and so you don't have a wide open wireless network, that you have it protected with a really good password, and you can also just limit it to just your devices too. Okay. Sometimes speakers can pick up radio signals, but I'm not really seeing a radio station near you in Colorado Springs that's speaking Mandarin. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
it's very random. So it happens like in the middle of the night. If I haven't turned the speakers off or muted the computer, suddenly there'll be people talking that just appear in there. And I'm just looking around trying to figure out where they're coming from.
You're like, I'm hearing voices and I don't understand what they're saying.
I was afraid if people thought I had taken leave of my senses because, it really does sound. My husband was so funny. He goes, "Your friends are back."
That's so funny. Your friends are back. Go through. I'm going to send you a list of things to check. All right. Now.
Oh, that'd be great.
Now, if that doesn't work and your friends are still around.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a remote tech support service. And if they don't fix your problem, you don't pay. And these are my tech experts. You can go to, it's over at getkimshelp.com. Once again, it's getkimshelp.com. And it's really good for these type of situations where, it's really hard for me to jump through the speakers here and give you some hands-on support so that you could go through each and every one of these processes. And then you can actually see somebody do this, by the way. Once again, that website is getkimshelp.com. But we're going to send you the list of things to check yourself, Jenny. But if you need any other help, somebody actually go in that computer to remote in, somebody who you can trust, you want to go to getkimshelp.com. And once again, thanks for your call. William in Mesa, Arizona. Hi there, William.
Hi, Kim. How are you doing today?
I'm fabulous. What's going on?
Well, I just wanted to call about, somebody's always got a scam going on. And, I call it the better mousetrap. And it seems like every time you get a program to keep somebody from getting into your software and stealing information and everything, they bypass it with another program and everything else. But, so I always call it the better mousetrap.
Okay.
Because everybody's trying to scam somebody for something. And I had a funny situation happen, and this was a while back when everybody was getting these calls about, you won $1 million in this lottery, and I had the guy call me up, and he said, you need to send me a $400 gift card. And he told me to go to CVS, and he told me where to send it to and that. And I thought, I'm going to have some fun with this guy for a change. So what I did is I said, okay, I'm going to go do that right now. And I didn't think anything else about it. And about 4:00 in the afternoon, he calls me back and he says, well, I didn't get your money yet. And I told him, I says, well, that's funny. I sent it to you. So he's probably still looking for it.
Well, I'll tell you, at least it was a $400 gift card. I don't know if you heard the latest one is that these scammers are calling mostly older adults and saying that their retirement accounts are in jeopardy. And they're from the government, they're from a bank, whatever it may be. And they need them to go buy, the scammer says, I need you to go buy gold bars. Go buy gold bars with your money so that this way we can protect the money that you have in your account. So you're going to take your money out of the bank, go buy gold, put it inside a used iPhone box, and put it in the back of the truck that you're going to see in the Walmart parking lot, whatever it may be. And then this way we can protect your account. So people are actually doing this, William. They are.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about millions of dollars.
I know. It's really something. How many, I get people calling me all the time, wanting me, hey, we can help you out with this or we can help you out with that, and I used to get a lot of calls for people, the housing market, do you want to sell your house and make all this money? And I used to think, well, let me see once. If I sell my house, I got to buy another one. Yeah. What am I going to do? Go live in a tent?
Then you have to, then you know what? Then you've got all the expenses where you got to move, right? You got to pack everything up. You got to downsize and, anytime you get a phone call that you did not expect, okay, an email, a text, whatever it may be, it's probably a scam. I'm sorry to say that. It's probably a scam. You just have to really have your wits about you, folks. You really do. Thank you for your call today, William. Alrighty, in this season of love, it's time to acknowledge our unique love languages. And I think there's one that we can all agree on, the love of sound. Discover True Love's perfect pair, Raycon's everyday earbuds. They are your perfect partner for the gym, work, or phone calls, offering premium audio that goes wherever you go. Their latest model is better than ever with active noise cancellation, a 32-hour battery life, and multi-point connectivity. That's fabulous. Speaking of battery, with Raycon's quick charge function, just 10 minutes of charging gives you 90 minutes of battery, all starting at just half the price of other premium audio brands. Now, Raycon's everyday earbuds are available in a variety of vibrant colors for style that complements yours. And if you don't fall in love with your Raycons, they have a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy, no questions asked. Right now, get up to 20% off site-wide at buyraycon.com/Kim. That's 20% off the entire site at buyraycon.com/Kim. All right, there's a new term for all of us to know. It's called typo squatting.
Is that a swear word? Are you allowed to say that on the air?
Typo squatting. What do you think typo squatting is?
I have no idea. But you said it was a scam, so I have to use that as a context clue. So I'm guessing, this is a total guess. I'm guessing like if what's your website again? Commando.com. Mm-hmm. If I went and got a website that was similar to that, like Commanda.com with an A instead of an O, and then when someone went there, I used it to deceive them and steal from them.
Exactly.
I got that right?
Yes. And I don't know if you remember, years ago, I got a phone call from some guy and said, "Are you really Kim Komando?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "But you don't have blonde hair."
You do have blonde hair.
I said, "I do have blonde hair." And he said, "No, you have brown hair. And why do you ask for my credit card number?"
Why did you?
Because he was going to a Brazilian prostitute site.
Oh.
That was typo squatting.
What was the name of that one? Just for research.
Just for research.
Yeah.
But the reason why I bring this up is that you may get to a place on the internet where you think you're at Macy's, Nordstrom's, or Amazon. But it's not really that site. It looks just like it. It has products and deals, but it's a total fake. See, they set up forums then to snatch all your personal information. You think you're buying something. So you have to be really, really careful. Now, if you do have a domain, if you go to this website, haveibeenSquatted.com, you type in your site's name, it shows you all the variants out there. And we have probably 100 different variations of Commando.com.
That you own?
Yeah. And if you look at Commando.com at haveibeenSquatted.com, there are probably 100 more.
Wow.
It's just all different variations.
All fat-fingered Americans going to the wrong sites.
Yes. I'm blonde and I don't take your credit card number. Not at all. Well, I do. For
She's not going to say no.
Okay. I mean, it's for the community.
Right.
It's not for,
other stuff.
Pics. We're not doing that.
Yeah, she has the database.
All right, still to come, we have more of your phone calls as well as later on how Google Flights can now tell you the cheapest time to fly here on the Kim Komando Show. All right, let's go back and get some more phone calls. William in Mesa, Arizona. Hi there, William.
Well, I just wanted to call about, somebody's always got a scam going on. And, I call it the better mousetrap. And it seems like every time you get a program to keep somebody from getting into your software and stealing information and everything, they bypass it with another program and everything else. But everybody's trying to scam somebody for something. And I had a funny situation happen, and this was a while back when everybody was getting these calls about, you won $1 million in this lottery, and I had the guy call me up, and he said, you need to send me a $400 gift card. And he told me to go to CVS, and he told me where to send it to and that. And I thought, I'm going to have some fun with this guy for a change. So what I did is I said, okay, I'm going to go do that right now. And about 4:00 in the afternoon, he calls me back and he says, well, I didn't get your money yet. And I told him, I says, well, that's funny. I sent it to you. So he's probably still looking for it.
I'll tell you, at least it was a $400 gift card. I don't know if you heard the latest one is that these scammers are calling mostly older adults and saying that their retirement accounts are in jeopardy. And they're from the government, they're from a bank, whatever it may be. And they need them to go buy. The scammer says, I need you to go buy gold bars. Go buy gold bars with your money so that this way we can protect the money that you have in your account. So you're going to take your money out of the bank, go buy gold, put it inside a used iPhone box, and put it in the back of the truck that you're going to see in the Walmart parking lot, whatever it may be. And then this way we can protect your account. So people are actually doing this, William.
I used to get a lot of calls for people, the housing market. Do you want to sell your house and make all this money?
Then you have to, and you know what? Then you've got all the expenses where you got to move, right? You got to pack everything up. You got to downsize. And, anytime you get a phone call that you did not expect, okay, an email, a text, whatever it may be, it's probably a scam. I'm sorry to say that. It's probably a scam. You just have to really have your wits about you, folks. You really do. Thank you for your call today, William. Hey, just a quick reminder, if you're not already getting my newsletter, oh my gosh, you are so missing out. Every single day, you get the latest that's happening in the tech world right to your inbox, a 5-minute read, and to make sure that you're always tech ahead and never left tech behind. And you can sign up right now over at getkim.com. That's getkim.com. All right, still to come, Google Flights will tell you the cheapest time to fly here on the Kim Komando Show. Better hires start with smarter insights. LinkedIn has the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates. Find your next great hire on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. Terms and conditions apply. When you are trying to get the cheapest airfare, what do you do?
Now I go to Google Travel.
Okay.
Before, I'd go to like Expedia or Priceline, and I'd have them open in like 6 different browsers and see if I could find the cheapest one. But now I found out about Google Travel, and it's phenomenal.
It's great. I mean, they have the cheapest tab.
Yeah.
Which is, if you're looking to find the cheapest flight, that's what you do.
But don't get too excited, because sometimes you'll see flights as low as $285, but you have to stop in like 13 different states to get that price.
That's the problem. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to fly midweek on a Wednesday. Choose the earliest flight in the day. Yes, to make sure that you get to your destination. Some airlines will release discounted fares, they say, late at night and between midnight and 3 a.m. in their home time zone, not yours. But what's really cool is that now Google Flights has a guarantee, a price guarantee. So if the flight actually goes lower, you can get the difference.
Nice.
But only on the flights that have that little stamp that says price guarantee, not across the board.
There's probably going to be like 2 of them.
Yes. Just a quick reminder, make sure that you enter to win the brand new iPhone 16 Pro at $999 value. Go right now to winfromkim.com.
Thanks for listening to the Kim Komando Show. Here's Hour 4.
So many people in the dark about a serious safety hazard, all while the issues have worsened. So the company is facing about a $12 million penalty from federal regulators for failing to act promptly. So if you bought a Fitbit, the iconic smartwatch, you can just visit Fitbit's recall page. And let me tell you, in a perfect world, we'd think that these tech companies would care about us, but they just don't. It's all about the money. All right, moving on to number 4. For decades, the cell phone industry has maintained that the level of radiation that's emitted by our phones is not harmful, but I always play it safe. Well, the first thing that you need to know about all of this is that some phones emit higher levels of RF, radio frequency radiation, than others. The biggest offenders, here they are on the list: Motorola Edge, older Google Pixel models, and the Sony Xperia. On the other hand, what about the phones with the lowest level of radiation? Samsung's Galaxy series, LG's G7 ThinQ. What about the Apple iPhone? I know, you're wondering about that. They generally just fall right down the middle. So here's what you want to do. Never hold your phone directly against your ear during a call. Instead, use speakerphone, earbuds, you know the drill. Keep your phone away from your body as much as possible. And always remember that for every study claiming that cell phone radiation is completely safe, another one says, yeah, maybe not so much. I was hiking Camelback last week, this young woman was coming down, and I was going up, and she had her phone right in her sports bra. And I looked at her and I said, that is a bad idea. You don't know me, but you want to take it out of your sports bra. She's like, why? I'm like, just trust me on that. And also, guys, if you're trying to have kids, never in your front pocket. Moving on to number 5, this just happens to me, and I know that it happens to you. You get an Uber, an Instacart, whatever order, and then that delivery person in the photograph doesn't really match who's showing up at your front door. So what is going on? Well, as it turns out, there's a side hustle black market, and the big leader just got busted. Her name is Priscilla. They call her the queen of the rideshare mafia. Well, so what she does is she rents out Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash accounts to immigrants. She has totally gamed the system by using stolen licenses and then editing in her customers' faces to bypass all security checks. She was pulling in $10,000 a month until the FBI came knocking. Wow, isn't that something? Speaking of, this is actually kind of funny. One guy wrote on his Facebook status, last night, even after having 7 drinks, I felt confident to drive, but I acted responsibly and I took an Uber. This post got 400 likes and about 50 comments. But the best comment was from his best friend who said, where'd you go in an Uber, bro? The party was at your house. Okay. All right. Let's talk about every time you look anything up online, even your embarrassing and private searches, you fill out a form, you shop. The data brokers are watching. That's why I love Incogni. They go out to all the data broker sites and they remove your personal information. So here's what you need to do. Go to privacykim.com and you're going to get 60% off. That's privacykim.com. All right, coming up, I have so much to pass along. We're talking about how you can store secret photos on your phone. A really great online tool to stop ads. Yes, you're going to love that. Oh, this woman lost $1 million in a romance scam. And of course, we have just the best callers ever. You don't want to miss that. And you have me, Kim Komando. Okay, I know that you want to win this. I do. A brand new iPhone 16 Pro, a $999 value, no purchase required. Here's what you need to do. Go to winfromkim.com. Yes, winfromkim.com. And, maybe I'm going to call you up and say, you just won a brand new iPhone 16 Pro valued at $999. But I can't do that if you don't enter to win. So that's why you want to go to winfromkim.com. All right, let's get started with Chris in Roanoke, Virginia. Hi there, Chris.
Well, I would like you to educate me about all things related to AI. I know that's a tall order. Specifically, though, AI detection.
Okay.
I'm a public school teacher, and I have some colleagues whose kids have started to go to college. We also, of course, have high school. And I know AI is just a fact, and that's fine. I mean, as a educator, I can roll with it. But I'm curious to know more about AI detection. And I know words like burstiness and perplexity and that sort of stuff, but I'm just not quite sure how much we should believe when in AI detection when they say that they suspect 75% has been written by AI. So maybe you could just tell me a little bit about that.
Well, before we get to that, how are you introducing AI to your students, and what grade do you teach?
I have slightly unusual position. I run a program for gifted education. I coordinate a program. That's about 60% of my job, and then the other 40% I work with K through 8. Honestly, I don't really introduce much about it. I certainly acknowledge that it exists, that certainly kids or students are going to be using it. I think to pretend otherwise is just, like burying your head in the sand a little bit. But I use it myself. I don't want to pretend that that it's not out there, and I think it's an awesome tool. In some ways, it's like, hey, everybody gets an assistant, which can be great. But I'm not quite sure how much I know or how much I understand about what AI detection does, because I thought every time you put a prompt in, it was coming up with something unique and new, different every time. And if you didn't like it, you could always hit redo and it would do it again. So,
well, you have to remember that AI is based on algorithms. Okay.
Right.
And basically what AI did is it scraped every knowledge base that exists. It went out and read every book. It's scraped every white paper. It looked at every piece of art. It's continuing to keep doing this as we keep adding to the web. Over on YouTube, it's not just looking at the videos for deep fakes, which are easily generated.
Sure.
But it's scraping the tone, the inflection, the manner that people speak, the slang, whatever it may be. And so it's pretty much duplicating all of mankind so that you and I can go on an app or on our phone, whatever it may be, on the computer, and we can type in whatever we want to know, and then we'll come back and spit up an answer. And so the AI detection systems are made to look for certain phrases, like you mentioned, things that we don't necessarily say in our speech. It's also looking for repetitive sentences because it knows that these are maybe used in different copywritten works. It's looking for unusual phrases that maybe the sentence structure is off. And somebody who is maybe graduated from high school wouldn't necessarily write that. But by no means are the detection systems 100% accurate. I mean, it's going to make errors. Is it 20% correct at the time? Is it 80%? I don't know if we really know that yet. I think that the companies that make these detection systems would like you to think that it was 100%. It was 90%. But I'm not really certain that they're able to do that to that percentage of accuracy, simply because every time that AI, a new version comes out, is that it's, I hate to use the word smarter, but it's smarter than the last version. It seems to be getting better. And their AI detection systems are going to have to be made, obviously, to find that and to pinpoint that. So it's going to be a continuous process until we get to a point where AI is actually thinking for itself, which is right now there are 5 stages of AI. We are in stage 2. Stage 3 is Evolve. And Evolve should be here maybe within the next 6 months. And, And what that means is that it's able to make the next conclusion. So so you may put a prompt in, like I put a prompt in this morning. What is the smell of sulfur in my house? Okay, I built a house. Now there's this weird, it smells like a sewer. Okay. So is there something wrong with, and I don't know anything about sewers or plumbing. I mean, let's just say that right up from the front. So it's like, okay. But I'm basically thinking, is this something I have to get the contractor involved with? And like, it does, it's because I was talking about water heater problems. But, the next stage of AI would be, okay, so now you have this sulfur smell. Here's what it's instead of me thinking I have to call the contractor, it's going to say, now, you need to make a complaint with the register of contractors, call your contractor, make sure that you have things documented, whatever it may be. And then the next stage is that it will be able to maybe write that letter for me automatically. I'm not thinking about it, come up with new ideas, how to fix it. And then basically the last stage is it will just take care of everything for me.
Okay. Right.
So we kind of went on a tangent, but I'm back right now to say that, kids are going to use AI. Adults are using AI. Right.
So is it honestly, is it a hollow threat to say that we have AI detection systems? Given that, I think there are even ways that folks are figuring out how to write prompts that will even more effectively, quote, evade these AI detection systems.
Of course, yes.
So it's kind of like the cat, the dog chasing its own tail or something. And the other ironic part, this has got to be true, I think. Aren't they using AI to detect AI? Aren't they themselves using that?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I mean, you're in a tough spot as an educator. I mean, so how do you make sure that the kids aren't using AI? Well, they're going to use AI. The only way you can do it is say, okay, do all the research, come in and write the paper in front of me.
In front of me, right. On a lockdown browser, yeah.
So, and we do want the kids to learn. It's almost like when calculators first came out, although this is like calculators on steroids. But it's almost like when calculators came out, it's like, oh gosh, people aren't going to know how to add and subtract and divide anymore. I mean, do we really need to know that? Yes, we do. I mean, how many times have you gone to the convenience store and you give the person like $5 and it's $4.63 and they have to look up to see what the change might be? You know, it's kind of nutso. But I will tell you that, speaking of math, I mean, I'm doing math in ChatGPT. I'm guilty of it. So really great question, Chris. Thank you for taking some time and giving us a call today. I'm telling you, if you are not on the AI bandwagon, you're just going to fall so far behind. Hey, listen, over 41,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle. It's the #1 cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all into one platform. Now, here's the deal. You can download the CFO's Guide to AI machine learning for free right now at netsuite.com/Kim. Here's the secret. You don't need to be a CFO to get it. Go to netsuite.com/Kim. All right. If you're on Facebook, you might be wondering, like, how do I get a copy of every single thing that I've ever done on Facebook? It's really easy. You just go into your Facebook settings. Under Facebook information, there's a link that says download your information. I know you probably never thought about that, but you can get a copy of every single thing that you have on Facebook. We have more tips like this coming up you don't want to miss on the Kim Komando Show. All right, when you want to glow from the inside out and get that natural radiance back, you need to really check out Native Path Collagen. You know, some studies suggest collagen supplements may support bone health, tissue recovery, and overall skin and hair wellness. And right now, because you're a Kim Komando Show listener, you can get 45% off, free shipping, and now a free gift bundle. But you have to go to this address, getnativepath.com/Kim. That's getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
All right, coming up, we have a great tool to stop the online ads. You're going to thank me forever for that. And then later on, it's a sad story, but you need to know about these things. A gal lost $1 million. Yes, $1 million in a romance scam. And before we get to all of that and your phone calls, you know, your phone holds so much precious info, photos, files, apps, everything. And it should stay private unless you say otherwise. But if someone gets into your phone, they get access to everything. Now, if you're on Android, wow, this is something. You can set up something called Safe Folder. It lets you store files securely in a folder that can only be opened with a 4-digit PIN. And now if you have an iPhone, it has a similar feature. You can now lock and hide apps with iOS 18 requiring Face ID or passcode to access them. Now, if you need the steps exactly on how to do this, just hit komando.com and then just search for Store Secret Photos, and that step-by-step instruction is going to pop right up for you. All right, back to the phones we go with Deborah in Shreveport, Louisiana. Hi there, Deborah.
Hi, Kim. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Oh, anytime. How can I help you?
Well, I'm working on gathering information for our 60th high school reunion. I'm trying to track down our classmates so that we can send them save the dates, invitations, registration. Now, we do have a list from our 10th year reunion, but emails and some phone numbers, but they're all, when we used a lot of them, they're all coming back.
For sure.
As invalid or what have you. So I'm looking maybe at a site or some something you could help us with to find our classmates from 60 years ago.
And you all look the same, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. I did the lanyards on the last one with photos, and I'm just glad we all had photos on our lanyards.
That's great, Deborah. I love that. This is what I used to look like when I'm 18. Yes.
That's right. That's right.
It's just funny because I was having a conversation with my niece recently, and she's in that awkward stage, Deborah, where she doesn't think that she's pretty. Okay. And she's 20 years old, just a knockout. And I looked at her and I said, a lot of us, we didn't think that we were pretty when we were younger. But now that we're older, we look back and go, oh my gosh, we were drop dead gorgeous. Okay? I said, so.
I know. You look at those old pictures and you hated them. And then you look at yourself now and you're like, oh, I didn't look so bad then.
No, I was hot. For sure. All right. So first step is I would create a Facebook group.
Okay.
And and you can make it private, and start adding everybody that you know of to that Facebook group, and then they can start inviting other people that they know, as well as it gives you a place where you can start saying, hey, whatever happened with Bob, whatever happened with Jill, whatever happened with JoJo, whoever it may be. Mm-hmm. And so then you can start collecting information that way. Now, there are some other places that you can go to. There's classmates.com, there's White Pages. There's also a website that I hate, but it's going to help you. Have you ever been to familytreenow.com?
No.
Familytreenow.com has a lot of personal information. And it's one of these sites that when you look yourself up, you're going to be shocked at the amount of personal details about you that are on this site. Now, the good news is you can use it to find other people. The bad news is other people can use it to find you. Okay. So that's where you want to make sure that you opt out of familytreenow.com. It's just one of, say, over, I don't know, there are like 48,000 different sites right now that are selling personal information. Well, not that many, but you know what I mean. And so you want to make sure that your personal details are not on this site. The way to opt out, we have it free for the taking over at Komando.com, Komando.com, Komando.com. But if you really want to scrub yourself out of the data broker sites, the people search sites, there's really only one way to do it. You want to go to privacykim.com, and that's where you can sign up for Incogni. It's 60% off. Let me tell you, since I've used Incogni, I get zero text messages, zero spammy text messages, and zero spammy phone calls. Right. It's just fabulous. Privacykim.com gives you 60% off. But again, you're going to want to use this site, Deborah, in order to find other people. But that Facebook group is really going to be a great resource for you. Oh, high school reunions. Always such fun times. All right, let's talk about your home. And you want to keep your home safe, your people, your valuables. And that's why you need SimpliSafe Home Security. Let me tell you, they are the #1 rated home security that you really need to check out. I have SimpliSafe in my studios, and it's so great. Like the other day, I had somebody doing some work. I had no idea. They just went into the studio, and then I got an alert. And then SimpliSafe actually called me because they have active guard detection. This woman sat on the phone with me and said, "Do you recognize this person? Let me show you a picture." And I was so impressed. You really need to check out SimpliSafe. And if you live alone, you don't need to live in fear. Head over to simplysafekim.com. Once again, that's simplysafekim.com. You're going to get a special deal. I think they're running like 50% off right now. That's simplysafekim.com. All right. Have you ever wondered how those online ads seem to know everything about you? Your political leanings, your relationship status, even your religion. It all has to do with companies that track what you do online and everything that you buy. They use tokens to serve you ads based on your browsing and buying history. It's called interest-based advertising. Now, here's the insider secret. The Digital Advertising Alliance, or the DAA, they have a tool for you to stop letting companies follow you around online using your email address or phone number. By using this tool, you can stop personalized ads and tracking. Now, don't worry, the DAA does not use your email address or phone number for anything other than this opt-out process. So where do you need to go? Youradchoices.com. Once again, that's youradchoices.com. You're welcome. All right, coming up, we have more of your phone calls, and then later on, it's a sad story, but I need to tell you about it. Woman lost $1 million in a romance scam here on the Kim Komando Show. Did you know there's malware out there that records every single thing that you type? It's called a keylogger, and it's one of the sneakiest ways that hackers steal passwords, credit card numbers, and private info. It's really scary. Well, that's where Endpoint Lock comes in. Think of it like a secret vault just for your keyboard. Head to endpointlock.com/Kim, and then using code KIM10, you're going to get 10% off a monthly or a yearly plan. That's endpointlock.com/Kim using code KIM and the number 10. If you do a lot of stuff on your phone, I'm talking about all your banking, your business, you're looking at Google Docs, a lot of confidential stuff, you need endpointlock.com/Kim. All right, let's see. We have David in Portland, Maine. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
We have sort of a family compound. There's 3 cottages, sleeping cabin, garage, boathouse, all on like 4 or 5 acres on the lake. And we've got Starlink now, which has been great. They're putting fiber on the road. There's about 10 miles of fiber coming in. So in another month or two, hopefully we'll be hooked up to that. But I have a mesh network that is sort of marginal, and I wanted to give you a shout and, see whether you had any better suggestions. Something we put in 4 or 5 years ago. I think it's TP-Link EAP 225.
And then, so what is it? What does it not do, or what is it doing that you don't like?
Well, the biggest thing you notice is it'll work fine for a week, and then it shows disconnects and isolated nodes. It's definitely slower than the Starlink connection. If I connect directly to the Starlink Wi-Fi, it's 2 or 3 times as fast. So I'd like to get faster, especially since we're getting the fiber. But also the disconnects that we're on 4 or 5 acres. There's a lot of trees.
That's right. I was just going to ask you, how far apart are the buildings?
Most of them within 100 or 200 feet, but there's a couple that are out, 300 or 400 feet. In one case, in order to make it work with the existing system, I mounted a birdhouse on a tree and ran power out to it with a underground cable. And mounted one of the mesh network units out there. So it is a distance problem. So I don't know.
Well, I think what I would recommend is, and I've used this myself. There's a company by the name of Ubiquiti, UBIQUITI, Ubiquiti. And if you search my website with that word, I bet you will see the solution that I put together. What happened was I was building a house, okay? And believe it or not, I'm in central Phoenix and there was no Cox cable coming to this house. Okay. Like, what? It's such a big city. And Starlink, guess what, was not available yet at that address. So, and knowing that you could get a cellular security camera, I didn't want to do that because I want to put security cameras all around. And I didn't want to rely on LTE or 4G, whatever it may be, right? So I had a buddy of mine who had a house, I have a buddy whose house was lying from bird sight view. I could see his house, but a canyon separated us, and he was 1,800 feet away. So I had to get his internet connection over to my house. Okay. So what Ubiquiti does is they basically, without getting overly technical, is that his house, he put a dish, and at my house, I put a receiver. And I had a beautiful internet connection that worked flawlessly.
Okay. So we'd have to put dishes on each one of the houses that pointed at each other, and then
yes, exactly. And it's so it's the Ubiquiti Unify system, UNIFI system. It's really made to do like point to point connections, so you could do building to building, bridges, and it can shoot signals directly between buildings. Fully customizable, very reliable. Now, of course, there's always a downside. Okay, what's the downside? Downside is this can get pretty expensive. But
yeah, I figured that might be happening.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, you're probably looking at $100 per access point. But
that's not terrible.
Yeah. But if you're looking for, then you need like some of the boxes that go with it. But if you're looking for a solution, which you have going over 3 to 4 acres with all these different cabins and sleeping quarters, as you mentioned, and it was just a beautiful place on the lake. You didn't even invite me. It sounded so nice. I would have loved to have come. No, is that you want to take a look at this Ubiquiti again? It's Ubiquiti Unify system. It's when really, folks, when you have this type of setup and the mesh network just isn't quite doing it, you want to take a look at a different solution. And if you want to see some photos exactly of what we had set up, again, just search for Ubiquiti over at Komando.com with a K, of course. Okay, let's see who's next. Tim in Naperville, Illinois. Sounds like a great place, Tim. Glad to have you with us.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
Great. How can I help you today, my man?
I have a question regarding some smishing text messages that I was getting on my Android Pixel 7 phone. They were the classic USPS, we have a package for you. Click here, give us all your information.
Of course.
And I'm a listener, so I'm not foolish enough to fall for that. But what was annoying to me was getting the notify every day, because I try to limit how many notifies I get on my phone.
Yeah, for sure.
The message would go to my spam folder. The number would be blocked, but every day I'd get a call from a different number in the same country code, which happened to be Thailand. I think it was country code 63. So what I wanted to do to put an end to this game of whack-a-mole that I was playing with all the different numbers was block the entire country code.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't figure out a way to do that on the Android Messages app.
Well, inside the Android Message map is that you can go into settings. And then there's spam protection. Then you can just follow the prompts to enable spam. I'm not sure if they let you block an entire country. For that, you may need, in order to get like a third-party app like Call Blocker or Hiya, Hiya. But I'm really surprised that this is coming in on the Pixel 7 because, boy, I'll tell you, they normally do a bang-up job.
They correctly identify them as spam, and they do go to my spam folder. But because it was a different number every day, I would get a notify every day. And it's just like I limit my notifies. I want, to be notified for legitimate things that I need to pay attention to. But in this case, I trust the Android Messages app. They put them in the spam folder. I don't even want to know about those.
Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, you could also set up Do Not Disturb mode, and this way it only allows messages from your contacts.
Okay.
And in that way, it would prevent notifications from unknown numbers, so you wouldn't be so annoyed all the time. But yeah, I mean, you think like there would be a way for us to just like make this garbage stop already. I mean, I can't tell you how many political messages I'm getting every day, and it's so annoying.
I get those too. They are annoying.
It's like, so-and-so is this, so-and-so is this. I'm for this. I'm for that. I'm not for this. I'm not. I'm like, oh, geez, Louise, But, I guess we are in election season, so there's really hopefully that'll go away after November. But again, in the Android app, they do a really good job. That's why I'm surprised. So again, go to messages, go to settings, then spam protection. Just follow the prompts. And if you can't block it by the country, then Hiya, Hiya, or take a look at Call Blocker. And Tim, thank you for your call today. That urgent text, it's just a fish tail. Oh, ho, ho. Hey, just a reminder, we have the best podcasts, and you always want to take me on a walk. So wherever you get your podcast, just search for Komando, where you can get this show, and you can also get my Daily Tech Update, which is just perfect. The Daily Tech Update, just a snippet, the top news story of the day to keep you always tech ahead. Again, wherever you get your podcast, just search for Komando with a K. All right, coming up, $1 million lost in a romance scam. I'm going to give you the scoop here on the Kim Komando Show. Okay, Debbie Montgomery Johnson, she's not a dope. She's an Air Force vet, a successful banker, but when her husband passed away, she was vulnerable. Grieving and alone, she went online looking for comfort, and that's where she met her scammer. He gained her trust, started asking for money. She gave it all to him over 2 years. Now, let me tell you, if you're chatting with someone right now, here are some signs. They avoid all video phone calls. The scammer starts asking for money, especially through wire transfers. And 3, the romance scammer claims to be in another country. So do not let emotions cloud your judgment, even if you think it's love. Now, if you're wondering, am I getting scammed? Give me a call right here on the show, and we can walk through every single thing. We'll say yes or no. Hey, just a reminder, enter to win that iPhone. Go now to winfromkim.com.